Now, I've been listening to the stream all weekend, the Phases of the Moon. Now, the Jeff Austin band was a highlight, Leftover Salmon. But anyhow, this video is going to be about is mainly going to be about Panic, the string cheese incident, even the Disco Biscuits. I didn't get to see what they were doing at Ogden or hear any of it. Out in Colorado this weekend, doing their thing as usual, under the radar. But I have been listening to them a lot too this week. I heard a show from Philadelphia, I believe it was 9/27/2013. There was a song called End of the World, or Owner of the World, Cyclone, Owner of the World, or Used to Be the World, or something about the world, anyhow. It was Bisco heavy and it was good. I like that. Kind of got my interest. Anyhow, I'm getting off track again. Here we go. With these jam bands, it's like they're all just rock bands. They get confused. They think they're fusion bands. Anything from reggae to jazz to funk to blues. Even got a little bit heavier with Widespread Panic. It'd been a while since I listened to a long, lengthy amount of them. Heard them do a cover of Muffin Man recently. I was digging that. Every now and then I like them, but too much, I'm glad that they jam more than they sing because I definitely can't handle the vocals. I don't know about all the drumming. They cut back on the drumming. The bass is alright. They just got a heavy droning kind of feel that gets a little bit, just gets a little dark to me. It's like they're a super fucking typo negative or something with a little blues tint, a little early Black Sabbath. But anyhow, so then String Cheese, same thing with them, man. They had a couple of solid jammers. Then they get into a little bit of a transfusion area. It's like, what's going on here? Just stick to the rock. A little rock with a little dab of bluegrass in there seems to be their thing. Restless Wind, I believe, was the name of one of their songs, and Rollover. Solid deals. They both go straight alligator mouse through even first sets. Although these were weird sets here at Phases of the Moon. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what they normally do. Comparing that to Phish, though, Phish normally doesn't do a whole lot of alligator mouthing in the first set. They save that for the second set. They're the same thing. They're guilty of being a confused fusion band at time. There's a lot of times their jams go nowhere. Much like I hear with Widespread Panic. Sometimes their jams they don't seem to quite get it done. They just get that slow, droning, heavy, kind of bluesy feeling for a while. And then the next song, Chilly Water. That was a song that opened up tonight, though. I do like that. I always kind of liked Tall Boy till recently I was told it's like a no-no, man. It's like, nah, man. Some guy that's a panic freak told me it ain't cool, man. I shouldn't like that song. So I was like, all right. Guy got me into a Phish show. What can I do, man? It was a miracle. I'll take his word for it. I don't know much about Panic. He seemed to be a Panic guy. So that's what was going on at Phases of the Moon. Jeff Austin, Salmon, like I said at the beginning. String Cheese, they're alright. I guess if you like Dave Matthews Band, that might be your bag. Grateful Dead fans probably like Widespread Panic. Anybody from the South probably likes Panic. That seems to be their thing. Something to hang their hat on. Like some guy sitting here with his hat on backwards. You're probably like, what the fuck's he know? Look at this motherfucker with his mustache. Although the mustache might score me some points down there. So that's the deal. I guess I didn't get into much of the Phish comparison or much of the Disco Biscuits. Trying to stay away from the Bisco era. I saw a trailer the other day for one of their Camp Bisco events. Oh my god. I was like, man, these guys are alright. And then I saw that trailer. I was like, I'll never fucking ever in my life see them live. Although I did kind of see them live at the first Bonnaroo. Although I was kind of fucking Chomper City on the Biscuits at that show. Wasn't super into them. I was more interested in what Claypool was doing back over here. It was fucking pretty good, though, I remember. I believe that was in '02. Also saw Panic and Cheese then. I was digging Panic back then, man. I was way into them. String Cheese, I barely remember their set at all, but I think I saw a little bit of it also in '02. Haven't seen them live, haven't listened to much of them. Did have a Panic CD live one time, live in the Steel City, I think it was. Haven't listened to it in 7 or 8 years, though. It was 3-disc. Solid Panic. Back when they had Hauser still, though. Whole different deal. Although Jimmy Herring, man, I gotta say. Jimmy Herring can play for sure. So can the dude in String Cheese. Except, what's up with the drummer in String Cheese, man? That guy just seems bored. Like, he ain't interested. He's like, in the bongo player, congas, whatever the fuck that guy is. The percussionist in String Cheese. Here I am, barely a fan. And I'm already wanting to throw guys out of the band, but he can go for sure. We could get rid of that guy, couldn't we? I mean, has anybody got a problem with getting rid of him? I don't. He's out of here. Most of what I hear from these bands are things that the General of Jam plays. Jonathan Schwartz on Sirius. I listen to him. Listen to that station. I don't necessarily tune in just for the General of Jam himself. But he plays a lot of Cheese. They do. They play some Panic. They play a lot of Panic. They play a lot of Mule. They play some Biscuits. Play some live Bisco. I think there's some Transfusion Radio Hour thing going on. They play a lot. I don't listen to that though, man. I don't know about that, all that transfusing shit. Like I said, the fucking weirdos I saw in that Camp Bisco trailer convinced me I'll never be able to go see them live. I mean, if I showed up looking like this, although I'm pretty fucking, who knows what they might. They definitely at least make me rip the sleeves off. Maybe like cut a hole in the hat and stick some bunny ears in there. And then maybe I'd be ready for Camp Bisco for sure. But you can't just go in there with a t-shirt on, your hat on backwards. The mustache and the mullet hair, though, whatever this is, I don't know what's going on there. So that might get me in, I don't know. It'd definitely get me through a Panic concert, Jesus Christ. I'm sure there's lots of dudes, I'd throw it in a ponytail at a fucking Panic concert. You know, there's lots of dudes at Panic concerts with ponytails, gray hair. Woo! Alright, so that's pretty much the deal. I've gone on for who knows how long at this point. This video's coming to an end. We're going to get a little more of this action going on. For a little glorious Kazakhstan. Alright, guys. Phases of the Moon is over. The Biscos are still going. Alright. General of Jam, Jonathan Schwartz, Monday through Friday. Sirius, Jam On, Panic, Bisco.